Uh, I'd like to welcome everyone today. I think we have some people that maybe haven't been with us previously. See a couple of written badges. Raise your hand if you've never been with us. And some of you that haven't have been with Ruth, right? That's why you're here. You've heard about this too. But we're happy to have her today. It's been a while since she came and joined us. So we will enjoy her presentation on dance for Parkinson's. You got something to say?
Make sure if you did not grab one when you came in, since you kind of are not really having places, make sure they're going to be on this table. Make sure you grab one. This is our schedule through June through June of next year with our dates and what we have for speakers. So make sure you take one home with you.
Okay. Sounds good. Ruth, I passed out a few pieces of paper about Ruth. If you haven't, raise it, and if anyone else wants to see more information about her, diet, I wasn't going to go through all of her statistics, so to speak, but I did want to point out that she's been selected to be 2025 Nebraska State Arts Award awardee for access to arts, recognizing her significant contributions to making art accessible to all members of the community. So I think she deserves a lot of applause. And like I said, I'm not going to go into my detail because we've got papers floating around about her and about grants. And I'm just going to turn the time over to the.
Can we stop there?
Fix the mic. The mic has static.
Try the lapel.
Me?
You know, does you have the mic? Does anyone have a mic on?
My speaker is
off.
Want to try this one? We can see. You
better. Low battery, but.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you keep it that loud?
As a dance teacher, I don't know. I'm loud. My husband's always lower your tone.
He said this was
But
better battery.
I want you to be able to hear me clearly. I hate doing the mic because I have to either hold it or.
When we have both of those on, it makes it.
Right, yeah. We can also try the lapel. You want the lapel?
we could try the lapel. Is it wireless?
Yeah.
Let's give it a try.
And have discovered that lower is more recognizable.
Lower volume.
Lower register. Rather than raising your voice, lower is
Lower in
more
pitch.
Test.
It's not just for that. Yes.
No,
And I don't want my voice, so.
That'd be good.
Test.
But thank you, Carol.
It's just for.
So thank you, Joyce.
for the introduction. Thank you all for being here today for my Dance for Parkinson's presentation and over here. Hello, I was gonna put it on. That's what I have to wear when I do the TV.
Would you talk into that while I've got the tech on?
So you put this through.
Would you talk into that while I've got the tech on the line?
Hello, can you hear me? Sure. On, right?
Hello, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, the static is gone.
Can you put this in my
Okay,
pants?
good. Thank you.
Oh, I see, I have this. Can we go there? Thank you, Carla. Hi. Oh, now I can do the breathing. Excuse me. Okay, I have a PowerPoint presentation on this wonderful program. So I think as soon as Gunter can put it to that. So we have a presentation and then a class demonstration. And I'll talk as we go through. And I need my reading glasses because I have some written notes. I lost one.
Well, I had it before.
I'm here somewhere. Turn off my phone. Okay, I don't really need this. Oh, okay. Okay, this is, what are you going to, you're going to move the PowerPoint along for me, correct? Is it all good?
Yep.
Okay. We can see the full screen.
Yeah.
Shall I start? Great. And there are notes in some of them. Will I be able to see the notes? I put notes there. Okay, Dance for Parkinson's. This is the transformative impact of music, of movement and music. Movement being number one here. This is at the Mark Morris Dance Center in New York City. And the gentleman with the blue t-shirt is Dave Leventhal, the Dance for PD program director, and my former colleague.
To being able to do it manually.
Okay.
So we can move to the next image. I'm going to kind of move through this because I want to get to the dancing.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Number 2, please. This is the Mark Morris Dance Center. It was opened in 2001, which is the year that I left the dance company. I'm a founding member, 21-year veteran dancer, 1980 to 2001. I wed my Nebraskan in the year 2000. And they raised $6 million and said, well, we have a dance center, stay teach. I know Nebraska calls. And the program started as an experiment. When the dance center opened, it's a collaboration, it started as a collaboration between the Brooklyn Parkinson Group and the dance center, the Mark Morris Dance Center. And it developed from all the outreach that we did as a traveling touring dance company. Non-dance members, when you perform and tour and all over the world, we have been, and I have taught and choreographed all over. And now, as an experiment, it started, but by 2004, they brought it on the road, and then eventually it started opening up. But right now, can we get to the next picture, please? It is now in over 30 countries. So we'll go to number 3. Just move along. And in all these countries, it's like throughout the USA, it's in every state almost. There are classes in Omaha too. It started there, and now it has grown into medical centers. And in Japan, they have it in the hospitals. And David Leventhal goes around the world teaching and training teachers also. And I received a fellowship to bring the program here to Lincoln in the year 2013. And Judy Johnson, a former facilitator of the support group, I met with her and she wrote a letter of endorsement. And we opened the program in 2014, and we'll talk about that later. Next picture, please. And these classes can be found on the Dance for Parkinson's on their website all over the world. I have my own message. This is Ollie Westheimer. She's the great visionary of the program. And that's her husband, and he's a neurologist. I'm not sure, I think so. She doesn't work there anymore either, but she said to me, when I met her, she said, well, I called and the right person answered. I wanted something for members of my group to do, the Brooklyn Parkinson Group, that was rigorous, creative, and based in the arts. And they said, bring them in. Yes, shoes, walkers, wheelchairs. And I know that this is a new dance studio. And when I tried to find a dance studio here, some owners were like, oh, they keep their shoes on. And, I was just like, everything's fine, don't worry. But we are at Nebraska Ballet Theater School. Actually, it's now called Nebraska Performing Arts. And it's right down the street here, but that's another thing. Anybody is great. So let's go to the next film, number 5. I have a short film, and this is about the program. I have a few short films.
The motivation for starting a dance class with people with Parkinson's came from the desire to help people remember who they are is still the most important component of their existence, not Parkinson's.
First didn't want to do it because I thought I'd be associated with a lot of people on the stage of Parkinson's that I didn't want to be at. That would be discouraging for me, but I finally went and I never regretted the decision. So I did it.
Medicines can't always do as much as we want. So I've been recommending people for years and years to take dance for PT.
I see transformation happen in front of my eyes. So people often come into the class with a lot of rigidity, and suddenly in that space, they come alive.
My hands are so stiff, I can't put my hand down. Just start with it down, and all of that stiffness goes away. There is something magical that takes place. I'm not sitting there thinking about my body. I'm just trying to move. I hear from my patients when they come back how much it seems to support and sustain an emotion.
I look to the rest of the group for inspiration. We are there for moral, spiritual, emotional support.
When I came in, I really didn't even have a chance to be skeptical because the group immediately embraces you. It's the time when you connect. And you don't have to be embarrassed because everybody else is about.
Gives people the courage to leave their apartment and go somewhere else and have a different kind of experience than they do when they're alone, which ends up being a lot of fun.
When someone shakes hands with someone who can only hold their hand up, they're honoring the humanness of the individual. The feeling I get from being in this group is a feeling that it's going to be hard to replace with any other activity. So I hope it lasts as long as I do.
No matter what stage you are or what your previous experience has been with exercise or movement, you belong here.
Come try it once, do a few moves, enjoy the music, enjoy the sense of community, and you're going to want to come back.
Thank you. Let's go to the next picture. Just have a picture to show. I love this because of what Ollie said about the sense of yourself. Look at them. Just they're all their spirits shine through, you know. Okay, well, let's go to the next. These are just some pictures of 7. Again, a picture of the class, a David and a teaching assistant. And that's at the New Down Center. And everybody just full of vibrance. And dance is, there's an accumulative effect. Like I believe, you know, like I say, and I have my award speech, just how when they walk into the studio, the dance, you're a dance student studying the art form of dance. That's what you are. You're not a patient. You're not, you know, taking it out of a clinical setting is so important. And I think that just comes as you start coming. You're like, here to dance. I'm here to work on the choreography. I'm here to work with my partner and something, whatever we're working on. Let's go to the next one. Where I love this, and I say this to my people a lot. Think like a dancer. I think more than we go to the bar. Yeah, we have ballet bar. I say, if I can teach you to dance your way through life, we'll talk about that in a little bit, like how to approach everything. And I think of it as I sing when I'm putting my dishes in the dishwasher, or, you know, or just not always doing things methodically. I find ways to move around however I move it. I'm going to try to get out of the car a little differently today. Because of a little skip and a step, I don't know. We'll talk about thinking like a dancer, and I do have that as I teach. Because you're also learning the process of the dancer, how to use their body every day. I didn't always feel like I wanted to dance every day. I had to get to rehearsal. I couldn't balance yesterday the way I am today. Oh, where's that turn? I can't do it today. But you learn a method of connecting mind to body, warming up, getting things working. Oh, today my left foot's just not working. You just keep going and do, and you move at your own amplitude. And the class is It's a good pace, it's a rigorous. I consider to have a class, if I can get people to the dance studio, to have a class for more progressed symptoms, if that's what's needed, because we do stand at the bar, and we do come to the center, and we do locomote. Okay, let's go on, Gunter. Thank you. But I can teach all seated classes. I have done that at assisted living communities, retirement communities. What does it mean to think like a dancer? Dancers leverage imagery and the imagination in the service of movement. So we work with imagery, right? In the sense of when we do regular dancing, the mist is falling on the earth. Something, you know, like I have a Sunset Lake image. The big full moon. Use in your mind of the aesthetic imagination connecting you to your movements. And that's an amazing thing. Dance just does it. Anyway, you learn this, you feel it, and it accesses movement in new ways, ways that some of us might take for granted because it creates new neural paths. The use of having imagery to motivate your movement. Push the mist. You don't really do that, but just the image of being the mist, scan the horizon. Whatever we're doing in the dance. That's storytelling that dance does. This is dance theater. Dancers choreograph, plan, and sequence their movements. So that's a thing that as you're learning a movement, like where do I do, what do I do after I step forward here? Well, I'm gonna do a look, you know, and then I'm gonna bring the foot together and touch here. Step forward, look. If I can't move. When I teach, I'll take this off. You can put it back where it was. Dancers use music as a guide and a coach. Yeah. Music is the last memory. Music does something right. Soothes the savage beast. It's used as in that way all the time, so who knows? Music and rhythm. We're going to show you a film of a participant too. Let her talk about that. You know, put the music on. I believe this, you have a song in your heart and a dance in your step. Dancers project and perform their movements. Yes, I will ask you to exaggerate that. I'm your coach here. When you get it, you know, I will define that. Whatever we had, when is the one? Jellyfish. When I do Hawaiian dance, we're showing the jellyfish. Or shark fins. How do you see? You know, things like that through the water. And imagine it slicing through the water. So there's an exaggeration for communicating your movements. And it's similar to perhaps, you know, what you learn in the big therapy, that you have to think of shouting, maybe. If that helps you speak. It's just whatever connects it to your movement. But we play. The goal is fun in my program for sure. Let's move on. Thank you. These are the benefits of dance. So balance, rotation, coordination. I'm not coordinated. Yes, we work on it. We bring it back, you know, things like that. Amplitude. I say move within your own amplitude, because if you're moving within the phrasing, maybe you're not moving as big as me, but you're going with the phrasing, and you see that beautiful shape of a spade or a heart. It's more about the quality of your movements. Don't think of it as exercise. I dance it all the time, but even though it is, right, like turning, oh, well, what did we work on? We were turning with the hacks. We do one of these, we do 180-degree rotation. We do that at the bar. In between combinations, we turn with how do your eyes help you? So first we have that at the turn and at the bar with use. And in the center, some people have difficulty how to focus to each angle to move. It says turning, dancers turn, I don't know. Rhythm, intention, weight shift, stamina, walking, flexibility, beautiful. Next one, here goes to all the now, since this started as an experiment, it's only been written up about, and now there are scientific studies. You know, I'm not a scientist. 50+ peer-reviewed articles in 24 journals report benefits related to gait, tremor, rigidity, mobility, balance, cognitive function, quality of life, social inclusion, self-esteem, and mood. I had a fellow teacher training at one of the advanced training, professional training dance when I went to a dance center back after I did my initial trainings. I've done numerous trainings. And she had Parkinson's, lives in Florida. And she said, if I had to choose between my meds and I'm not telling you to do this, between my meds and dancing, I would choose dancing. And she was a dancer. So she knows, as I feel, I have danced all my life. Well, that dance is not necessarily for everyone, but it is for anyone. Not necessarily everyone, you know, some people like, but it's a wonderful social thing too. It's a group activity. Next, please. And all the scientific studies, there's a couple here, can be found on the website of the Dance for the New York Dance for PD under their research. Total stuff like physical benefits, balance, endurance, gait, reduced motor impairment of UPDRS 3. That's what I had her study this one, because I'm like, well, I got to learn more about that. You guys probably don't know. Well, yes, studies show that dance intervention can reduce motor impairment in individuals with Parkinson's disease, leading to lower scores on the Unified Parkinson's Disease Rating Scale. That's UPDRS 3. Dance has been shown to improve motor symptoms, slow motor progression, and decrease the severity of motor signs compared to no intervention or exercise controls. The benefits are likely due to a combination of improved gait, totally work, right? Going contraindicatory of what perhaps starts to happen with a lot of us as we get older. It's how do we, but constant bringing the gait. Because when our head and our gait, as much as we can be over our feet, then we lose the rigidity. There's more likelihood, no one falls in the class because of conscious use. Yes, I had one woman once, she fell coming into the class and she had a freeze, but her sneaker got caught, and thank God it was a sprung floor. You know, she went down to her knees and then hit. And she was fine. It's a sprung, soft floor, you know. She didn't do class that day. Her husband came, she came next week. But it's not wild dancing. So this is all, that's why I think thinking a lot. I know we can't just think. We're not in exercise class all the time, thinking about how we're doing. We're not in dance class all the time. This is a part. But it becomes why did you say that girl looks like a dancer or that man looks like a dancer? Why? Because of the way they might move through space, or just the way they stand, or something. And you'll see this with Cindy. So let's get on to Cindy's after the next thing. This next one. Oh, this is another one of the this is a study that's on the website. Parkinson's disease motor symptoms progression slowed with multisensory dance learning over 3 years, a preliminary longitudinal investigation. And there's a scale and colors, and they have all that scientific stuff that you're welcome to research. And Gunter, I can email Gunter the link to the Dance for PD website. And also this other scientific study, this is the most recent one that was in the New York Times. I have a PDF of it because, you know, the New York Times, you have to have a me a subscription. Thank you. Okay, so the next is the Parkinson's iceberg, which I think Cindy addresses in the next film after that. I think perhaps you all, when you come in, I try not to do my teaching refer to what you need as in Parkinson's or something. I give you what dancers do and how dancers train and how dancers think. That's what I impart with you. But so here for this presentation, because, right, and so for instance, I might not see the under the iceberg stuff. And it affects everybody differently. My experience since having this program since 2014 with my most beloved people who've been with me, who was there with me since the beginning here in this room? Just like that, yeah. And a few participants who just recently now just moved into long-term care and things like that. And Judy had been with me from the beginning for more than 10 years. Anyway, so yes, there is a lot. There is other. And I work to change the movie in your mind. I can't do that. It doesn't matter. We use our imagination. We make believe. As a dancer, I often make believe I'm somebody else. Or when I teach the tap steps, I'm not a tap. I make believe I'm Gregory Hines, trying to figure out how to just those images. So I just say to make believe that. Yeah, and the sleep disorder. My goodness. I have a participant now who had the deep brain stimulation, and she didn't come this session. And she is now involved in a sleep study because she said, oh my God, I had the best sleep in 10 years. And the doctor in Omaha who did this said, well, no one's ever done a study on the deep brain stimulation for sleep. So they set her up here in Lincoln with something. They have her, they can read it in Omaha to see what's happening with her sleep. And so it's part of a study that's happening because the deep brain stimulation, I guess it is rather a new novel thing in the scope of, and you can find out a lot more. Okay, so let's go on to the next film of Cindy. Please. Is it coming up? The little control bar?
Yes.
Wait, what's that, Gunther?
Sun salutation.
No, we're gonna do Cindy, this film, I'm sorry.
Oh, this is a film. Sorry.
No, that's okay. You know, I was doing sun salutation movements before. Which is quite a gift. Well, I'm strong thing I say to myself, I'm dancing. That's true. I'm a dancer. And it gives me motivation to take better care of myself. There should be more. That's it.
Looks like it.
Okay, for some reason, my web director reformatted the films to fit right, and that one's shortened. She shows you how she dances in her apartment, moving around, how she can, when she gets up, she can't walk very well, but as soon as she starts dancing, and she's just floating all over the place. So anyway, I'm sorry, because I wanted that especially for the other. I got to get him to reformat to put the other one back in. So let's move on. Dance exercises the cognitive processes of the brain. Wow, like I love that. There was a scientific study on older adults, 70 and older, a 21-year study, I think. Yes, published in the New England Journal of Medicine. Dancing makes you smarter, as opposed to bicycling, swimming, puzzles, reading. Like a large percentage had less dementia. This is a very interesting factor. But so how does dance exercise the cognitive processes of the brain? Well, these things kind of say it. That's good because what it does is that hippocampus, that part of the brain rewires itself into use. And we do everything on one side and then we try the other side, and it's not about being ambidextrous. And the awareness of yourself in space, the physiospatial function, reduced fatigue, improved executive function, episodic memory, just all these things that, and awareness that's expanded through dance. And because of the endorphins released, and things like that. Okay, next please. Social emotional benefits. This is wonderful. Reduce the symptoms of depression. We used to say in the dance group, dance your nervous breakdown. In a sense, like channeling through our dance, because but actually when you come into dance, that's it. Leave the outside world, you focus on dancing and what it is and what we're working on. And we explore different dance forms in this program. Next, so reduce feelings of anger. Reduce, that's good. Improve reported quality of life. That's a big one because I work for that. Things can improve your quality of life. Improved self-efficacy. Reduced social isolation. I read something on self-efficacy that I thought was interesting. Self-efficacy is an individual's belief in their capacity to execute behaviors necessary to produce specific performance accomplishments. Yeah. Like, how do I have projects, I panic, right? The same thing. And you just start, just go, just start it. In dance, you just start in one place, then you get to the next place, and you get to the next place, and I got to work on that. And like Cindy said, sometimes people, as they're studying dance, they want to do some other things to help them with their dance. Whatever, a stretch class or a Pilates, I don't know, just the things that help them in dance. So it's confidence in one's ability to succeed in a particular task or situation, influencing motivation, stress levels, and persistence in the face of challenges. So how helpful is that in anybody's path through life? Isolation, reduced isolation, dance is a group activity. Let's go on, thank you. So social emotional benefits. Here's that New York Times article. This is one of the most recent studies. So this Canadian ballet years ago did a study with MRIs on people who took the dancer PD class to see what parts of the brain light up. And then they raised $150,000 to do that study, and so that was great. And next they were trying to raise money to see, well, how long does it last? So people can get prescriptions for I should do class twice a week, or I need to do once a week, or I teach once a week, but I know. So now this novel and this new field called dance neuroscience is now a new field. And if you know of Renee Fleming, the opera singer, her Music and the Mind program, which is new. She raised $20 million through the Kennedy Center, and it's all about funding people to work in this music and the mind because of how she had films of how music can just help people heal from traumatic injuries and blah, blah. So in the caption, so you think so you can dance. Science is on it. The emerging field of dance neuroscience is finding that dance, with its multifaceted demands, engages the mind as intensely as the body. Pretty intense, so that's why, I see you, and I'm taught even thinking has neurological benefits. I think when I think and work on a class, prepare my class, sometimes I might not even do any of it. I'm just thinking, and I'll stand. But I'm done doing that. I almost feel like, wow, I'm ready to go. And I normally, when I date, I stretch and all this stuff. And I had a participant who passed in May, Ellie. She hadn't come for a while. and her whole family came to the dance studio to thank me. Ellie did not like to do that much, but she loved coming to the dance studio, and her husband would bring her. And when I heard Ellie had passed, and I sent videos I had with her for the family, and look at her, and she had a rod in her spine from a spinal surgery, and she just, dancing did something for her. And then when she stopped coming, and we kept communication, she would watch my public TV shows. I air on the public channel, 30-minute classes. And then at some point, and she had a progression that they still brought her in her recliner to watch, and just said, "You're teaching, your voice," something calmed her. I said, "No, it's not that. It's her looking, and she remembers what she's doing, she's thinking and anything. There's a neurological connection that calmed her and made her feel connected, mind, body, and spirit, I believe." And they all came. They had memorial donations for me, which was just beautiful, to thank me. And my granddaughter was there assisting, running the meeting. I was crying. It was so beautiful. So here they in the study. So this is a New York Times article, and I have it in the PDF. This is just a blurb from it of how they did. They referenced the Dance for BD program. But I like this part. The neuroscientist said the slowest wave called it the magic moment, when the body and the brain are so in tune that there is a seamless connection between the thinking part and the feeling part and the moving and sensing part. So now they have these, it's called, I like this as a loaded word. I had an electroencephalography. That's what they use. So now they have the ability to tap something that sensors the brain while they're moving. Because MRIs, you had to stand completely still. So now they have stuff that's literally, they're doing movement and they can get a reading of what's happening and how this is probably going to help so many people anyway with dance. Next, please. Different comments. Oh, when I'm in class, I'm not a patient, I'm a dancer. Yes, thank you. Belonging. This class has become my family and community. Otherwise, I'm alone. Mood. Nothing makes me happier than dancing, even on my darkest days. Balance. I love how stable I feel when I'm doing the choreography. So yes, you're also learning the discipline of the dancer, thinking like a dancer. You got to get to class. I know we all have bad days. I know you might wake up and I just, but when you can, as much as you can be motivated. And sometimes the people come in their walkers, and they might not even then do the bar that day. Then they'll sit again. I have a 45-minute seated warm-up, and we do lots. And then, anyway, that's the discipline of the dancer. Let's move on. These are David Leventhal sent me this PowerPoint, because I took some of his out, I put some of mine in. Physical, social, emotional, expressive. Expressivity. Cognitive, expressive. Yeah. We make up dances too. I call it creative dance. Sometimes I had in participants, you put input and we're making a dance together. And other times we're just learning a lot of different dances I have made up. I have ascending from the chair dances, and you might not do it that day, but that's a goal. Okay, next. That's social. These are more things about just all over the world, people are hailing. I like the world's largest study into impact of the arts on physical and mental health. Yeah, they've done the WHO did stuff, the World Health Organization did stuff. Ballet dancing can help Parkinson's, researchers believe, as they begin. $2 million study. Oh yeah, that's the San Francisco Ballet. I think I have something on that. Okay, we'll move on. We want to get to the class. Another study. This is the ballet. This is the study, that ballet. See, the San Francisco Ballet. Okay, so they are a ballet as a respite for Parkinson's disease. Yeah, we do some ballet bar. I have a one, or maybe I'll do a little bit for our ending, a little bit of ballet mime. Ballet has a language all its own, right? The ballet mime. You, he says. Dance. Anyway, let's move on. Right, so then they can have things and maybe, yeah, I mean, it's prescriptions. I guess some places, it's just, I found that cute, so whatever. See, dance is a pill with dance written on it. It's cute types. Anyway, let's go on to the next. Think like a dancer every day. Oh, we did that already, didn't we? Yes. And here we come now. Okay, this is from my website. Well, this is actually my ad. Next one. Okay. Yeah, this is the ad, and it's that's the ad I kind of make for the Ross Theater. They project as a nonprofit. This my upcoming holiday session. I have a 2-week. We just finished the fall session. I have a 2-week holiday session. Just 2 weeks. I do have a questionnaire I hand out, and people had missed the benefits during the breaks. And so I added this because they always start again in February for the winter session. I do a 10-week winter session, a 10-week summer session, and a 10-week fall session. A little 2-week holiday session that we do. And that's when it's September, December 10th and 17th. There it is. This was a little late. And so I believe you get emails for signing up forwarded through the support group if you are on the support group. I also have cards here. If anybody wants to be put on I didn't put them out. I'm really bad at that kind of stuff. I'll put them out. Anybody who wants to be put on my mailing list, email list, I always send out emails to please sign up. I only charge, if you pay for the whole session, $5 a class. Caregiver spouses and partners are welcome free to join. It's an engaging activity together, and some just like to drive the person there or like that. So it's $50 for a 10-week session and $20 for the 2-week session. I keep the costs low. I get grants. Parkinson's Foundation. I just received a Parkinson's Foundation grant. So I am also doing presentations at support groups in West Point, Columbus, and Beatrice. And I've been there before, and they just love the dance, and they want me back in the spring. It's I can't teach travel all the time. And I added another TV show on the Public Health Channel, things like that. And Parkinson's Nebraska helps support it and whatnot. So, info at Dance for PD. Those are the Dance for PD things. That's not, I don't know why those are there. I didn't include that. That's interesting. My program is dance. My website is different. I have my own website. Let's just go on. Okay. This is okay, I'm sorry, thank you all. Every awardee had a little film. So I didn't have to speak at the ceremony where the governor was there. You know, I just had to come up and get my award. But sharing this recognition and this honor with you is very special to me. And here's my little film. I do not underestimate the power of dance theater with my outreach programs. I was fortunate to have had and enjoy excellent dance training for years and years that not only served my professional career, but is now a motivating force for bringing the benefits of dance to my dance students in Dance for Parkinson's, Contemporary Dance for the Ageless and Unstoppable, and Dancing Hearts. The arts heal us on many levels. Dance is a remedy that engages the senses to expand self-awareness and ultimately improve movement and balance while exploring the interaction of the body with space. Dance connects mind, body, and spirit. That's the cherry on top. And it fosters an awareness in us, not only in space, but also with each other. Dance breaks isolation, and it addresses very effectively physical, emotional, and social needs, and in a fun, creative, and stimulating environment. In dance theater, the dancer's body is their fundamental instrument. It's used to express ideas, convey emotions, tell stories through movement, transforming dance into a medium for communication and interaction. In addition, many participants have expressed how dancing to music helps them achieve a state of mobility and fluidity that they may not find in other movement forms. Most of all, the essence of dance is joy. I work hard to bring this and more to the dancers in my outreach programs. Their positive responses truly warm my heart. When they walk into the dance studio at Nebraska School of the Performing Arts or other locations I may be teaching at, they are dance students studying the art form of dance. And our circle dance at the end of the class, which is part of the dance class etiquette, a time of giving thanks to the group, always moves me in ways that words cannot describe. Which is why we dance. I am so deeply honored to receive the State Arts Award for access to arts. For me, dance has never been just a passion. It's been a journey and a source of pure joy from the first time I stepped into a studio to now. It's a joy I've spent my life sharing, a lifelong dedication to this art form, a marathon, not a sprint. And to have my efforts recognized in this way is humbling. This award is also more than just a personal honor. It's a profound recognition of dance itself as a vital part of our state's artistic culture. From my perspective, it is not a final destination, but fuel for the continued journey. The journey ahead, strengthening my resolve to spread the joy and power of dance to even more people in our state. And I hope it shines a light on all artists and young dancers who are just beginning their journeys. Thank you all so much. I give thanks to dance with you. Thank you.
The credit, I'm gonna see the president. These are my funders. I thank them. And I thank all organizations that have helped me and all the people. And God, especially God. I have to say that while reading this holy place. Thank you. Oh, next, one more thing is a performance of my Dance for Parkinson's group. This is Crane Dance, a film we submitted to an international festival, Parkinson's Festival, in 2022. It's a 2-minute dance. Here you go.
Thank you, thank you. That's my presentation. I'm gonna take this off now. We're going to move on to our class demo. Get you moving. Let's see, Gunter, how you doing there? You want to do a test of the sound? Oh, I gotta turn my speaker on. Sound test. Now, it's a friendly class, so I just like to make sure no one's going to hit somebody at your side. So if you are, perhaps you stagger your chairs a little bit, or maybe Adele, you can come a little forward. So it's not that you have to move apart, but you can zigzag. How's that sound there? Yes. Okay. You can stop and go back to the beginning. So, yeah, we start seated. And so today we will just do that as a class demo. Not everybody can see my feet. There are some seats down here. If anybody'd like to come and be a little closer to see me or do the best you can. Yeah, great. So even though we're seated, we work with a sense of standing. And these chairs kind of, when you sit back, they put you back. My chairs are very flat because I don't want to be so far back. And I invite you to, if you are able to, there's no pain, no gain. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that expression. I'm like, I want you to be comfortable, access movements. I work to help free up your movements. So I invite you to move a little to the front of your chair. And sense those rocker bones, those sit bones, right? There's a lot of, okay, this is like nowhere landing on here sometimes, right? Shoes are planted into the ground with your own hips width apart. Try to line up knees and whatnot, so not too narrow. I have a narrow stance, a little wider. I'm wearing my big fashion sneakers, so that I want you to be able to see. I don't know if you can see when you get to Broadway hat dance. Lovely. So we're going to do a sun salutation warm up. It's not yoga. These are just images of our first warm up, and I have different variations on it. So we're going to learn this one today. So we drop those arms a moment, right? Yes. Planted shoes, sense the rocker bones. Let's move a little towards your left rocker bone. Oh, this is your left. I say my left, I'm on your right. Remember that facing. Okay, yeah. But sense the rocker bone, like deep down. Almost like it's Noah's Ark. Just let it rock a little. Rock. It doesn't have to be a big movement here. Just get it, find the middle. Yeah, and remember, this is kind of good to do even if you're seated at the computer at some points, but you don't have to sit like this all the time, right? Let's do a little rock forward, so it's a little lean towards, yeah, right. Stick out your tail a little bit rocking back, a little collapse. Yeah, I sit right on those sit bones and let that head, if you can, be right over one line, dropping one line. Keep dropping the arms, they will not fall off. Wow, that's interesting. Resting with beautiful epaulets on your being, easy neck. We're going to do phrases of 8. Let the palms come up. 1. So instead of the sun, because they look at the moon and press it together. 2. Lower down to prayer. 3. Elbows a little wide. 4. Following it if you can. And now we just reverse that. 5. As high as you can go. Up 6. And then a fountain open. And the water comes all the way down. Let's do that a little more tempo. I chose a quicker tempo one today. 1. Up. 2. Press together. Lower. To prayer, reverse. 5, up 6, 7, down 8. Now halfway through we go up. Prayer. Oh, you can see yourselves? What's that? Is that good? Their class. That's the audience. Right. Wow. Is that distracting? Good.
It's a sideways mirror.
So get 1, up 2, 3, and 4. Now we're gonna reach up like a steeple, but hands are together, 5, as tall as you can get, 6, until we are atlas holding the earth. Go ahead, girl, be strong. Good. Feel the hand in your hands. Now we're going to go away from the right hand and let that earth roll down, let that arm drop, and can you look at that hand, tap your shoulder. And now come back up and catch the earth. And center, get that spine up time. Right, we're not going to the other side right away, you are, but I want you to get up first. Other side, drop the right arm and tap the left shoulder and come up. Right, so that arm just has to bend. We'll try that again. Now, trace a loose embrace and you sort of softly, don't have to tight, not tight, just loose, right or left. Slide the sweater off, press the shoes into the ground, almost activating your glutes. And down. Again. 1, up, 2, press together, 3, and 4, reverse. This is the intro, open 7. Breathing, lovely people, up, breathing, and 4, up like a steeple, and 6, atlas, and 8, tap right, tap, come up, loosey-goosey arms, tap, tap, the same shoulder up, loose embrace right over left softly, and slide the sweater off, press the feet, pressing, now the hands are rotated differently, coming down. So we start with the palms up, so we're getting welcoming, opening the heart center, right? And as we come down, the palms are away from each other. So you're getting a different rotation in that hole. Is it a joint, the shoulder? I don't know what it is. And coming down, I didn't first do anything. Right, so when we're up like Atlas, just, Balanchine used to say, a dancer's, a ballerina's legs should be able to do what her arms do. Well, anyway, that's quite a far-fetched image. But that image of loosey-goosey or raggedy Andal arms, let that elbow just bend. It's just going to tap the shoulder, let it bend, feel that joint, and now see how it opens. Yeah, and the other way, just it'll tap the shoulder. Right, and so we are introducing side bends and dropping the arm. We are shortening one side and opening the fish gills of that intercostal ribs easily. We don't move all that much. Just get all that going. Let's do it twice to the right. Music, Gunter, dropping the arms. 4 counts intro. Faces. 6, 7, 8, palms up. 1, 2, 3, 7. Follow it up, 6, so big 7, up. Legs up. Fair, up like a steeple, 5, up, 6, atlas, 7. Only where we go, tap. 2, come back up, 3. Feel light. Feel the crown of the head. Reaching up and lengthening you. Loose embrace. Oh, slide the sweater off. Palms away. 5, 6, 7, 8, 3. 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 1. Tap. Up. Sit bones. Sit bones, shoes in the earth. All relaxed. Collapse out of potatoes, lengthening like a cat. And we're taught to finish because the audience remembers the last thing you did. And thank you, Gunter. So we're taught to finish with that place of being poised and aware and ready to move again, in a sense. A place of ease or acknowledgement. Cindy, about being a dancer. Second side. What does that mean? We'll lead with the left arm where it's not symmetrical. Symmetrical, 2. This is a 3. I chose the music as a 3, 4. I love the waltz, has a really rounded sense about it. Circular motion. Up, 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 up. Up like a steeple. 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3. Breath of air. And here we go. Away from the left-handed taps and drop the other arm to the ground to welcome gravity to let those ribs move. Loose embrace left over right. Good people. Slide the sweater off. Then press through the air. Long. Touch the gloves. Yeah, nice long. Yeah. Lower hands moving. Twice through left side. Squeeze planted. Bring those feet also under the knees, so not too much flexion in the joints, not too much extension. You'll get there. You can. That's tense. Everybody looking good stuff. Second side, same music, Gunter. 7, 8, 5. You can count. You get good at counting to 8 fast. 5, 6. Away from the left hand and then tucks. If you turn your nose to look at it, just let the crown go up and like you're getting water out of your ear. Let the head be going directions. Think the crown of the head right now as we do all this. And it moves. Hands together, tongue-tied, right? Look like a staple. 7. Hold it away from the left hand, look at it and tuck. Stand up. Easy. Left over right. Slide step. Thank you. Great. So gravity is our friend. Some people think, no, I thought, whatever. Like in ballet, we learn to defy gravity in a sense. Anna Pavlova perched on the little tip of her toe, right? Whatever. But you do, gravity is. You move with it. The spine moves with it. All that sponginess, all this of us in here moving with it. Every cell of us is good. We're going to do a vocalization dance now. I have some vocalization dances. Today I chose this one. You bring it up, Gunter. The PowerPoint.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's bringing it up. We're going to open the legs just a little bit, parallel. Just a little bit. This is called, here we go. There it is. Ooh. Cha. Wow. Cha. Wow. Wow. Ooh. Big inhale on one count. Wow. Cha. 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 We have movements to it. And the first one, we like to go around the clock. We're going to reach to the top to the midnight, the 12. And from the high, take a deep inhale. And for 4 counts, we're going to say ooh as we trace the clock. Let me show you once. Ooh. So yeah, I have the legs open a little so you can maybe come between your knees. You're going to get the legs wide. Don't go too wide because we're going to come. Wow. We're going to open the legs for wow. That's a big sound I got here. So, inhale. Ooh. Right hand as we sit up, say the next one. Shh. 4 counts. Index finger. Good. Next one is what? On 1 count. We're going to lean back, lift the legs. What? The hands are pressed very primal, like it's on over the legs. And now 2 counts, well, 1 count each, like a karate chop. Lift up the leg. Chop. Other one comes in. Make this motion. So it goes. Woo. Hold, hold, hold. Again. Ooh. Wow. hold, hold, hold. Cha, cha. Right, so nice long hands as much as you can for that chop, chop. She has a nice index finger. Take a deep inhale for each word as much as you can, and see how the breath can help you with this. And I've chosen this David Sanborn because they say ooh in this music. So we'll just do 4 times with the first side, so not too wide. And remember, you're going to reach a little in front of your legs so that that circle can be in front of your knees. And then your hands, so now your rocker bones are bringing us front, right? We're not just collapsing, let the rocker bones bring you front, which is sort of the beginnings of getting up. You want to keep all that kind of going. Bring the legs a little wider than parallel, hips width. And it's the Cristo Redento stunter, please. It has a long intro, so I'll count. Cristo Redento. Click on the arrow.
Yep.
There you go.
Hang on the apples, I think. Go over to here. Let it go.
Breathing. Let the sound out. Force it at first. 30. 5, 6, 7. Here we go. And get down. Oh, I. Bye. Second side. So one thing you learn also dance is stillness is not nothingness. Still energized and present. We learned that you saw in crane dance, they call it present. It's a beautiful thing. David Sanborn, yeah, he used to come to Nebraska to get the what is the mouthpiece called? For whatever, for his saxophone. There was a famous place that made them in Wymore.
Huh.
Yeah, fascinating. I love that. Second side. And learn, see how you feel the vibrations, the breathiness, exaggerating the lips, the tongue, the roof of the mouth, whatever. Just think about these exaggerated facial things. So think this out. Wow. Why let my cheeks pop up? Wow. Whoa. Wow. Whoa, sorry. So symmetrical is first. Ooh. Left hand. Left hand. And wow. Oh. Left foot, left leg, left pants and shoes and up. Shout. Shout. Again, we go. Ooh. Wow. Oh, good people. Shout. Shout. You have to say hold there. Do the same music.
Okay.
That's it? Okay, let's do
Okay.
the same music again. Broadway ballet. Five. 7. 6. That's half. Sit down. I think that's all we have time for today. I have to think. So we're not going to do Broadway hat dance, but let's just put on the Broadway hat dance music and do a little fake put your hats on for 5 seconds, 10 seconds. The whole start like this. Broadway combination. You go to the tips and toes and the hat, let's just feel it. Drop the heels, hat, fake, put it on. Then we go back up. And put it down, set it down. Up. And put it on. Let's just feel it. Now, this is on a tempo 1 count. We go up and up and up and down. And up and down. This is the dance that we'll just march and push. And one more, we go up, keep the toes, heels down, up, down. Good. Thank you so much. And that's how we were 3 minutes thick, it's switch arms and lots of stuff. And it's a new one on my TV program, which is available on my website too. But I have a standing one too. And we always finish the class with a reverence, a circle of giving thanks for dancing in a group. And I thank you so much for participating. You all just were beautiful. And we always applaud at the end of class. I think you did good. Yes, thank you.
Didn't want her flying off the bookcase or whatever
Yeah,
that
the
thing is.
bookcase.
This is very sharp doing music.
I hope that you enjoyed the class demo. I'll come around and get hats.
Thanks, Ruth. We appreciate you. This one, I don't even know.
Thank you, Joyce.
So I just have a couple of things before we divide into our groups.